For a limited time only, support Richtofen and Dr. Monty as they make a run for the presidency by getting your own campaign gear. A link is down below.
Hey, Zombro fans, Ross and Twice, back here for another wonderful week of Zombros action. Oh my goodness, only Johnny J this week because Matt doesn't know how to schedule anything in his planners. But say hello, John.
How's it going, everybody? We have an awesome episode of Zombros. This time not live just because of schedules. We wanted to make sure we had an episode, and we are also messing around with whether or not we want gameplay or we want face cam. So be sure to tell us which you prefer down below.
Absolutely. We've had comments going back and forth between the weeks, and mainly a minority of people haven't really voiced it. So our minority have voiced it, but we want to get more feedback to see which one you guys prefer. Random gameplay in the background, faces, or would you like faces and gameplay? Oh, you just want the world from us. Anywho, let's get to our first. Yeah.
Personally, I haven't even come up with which one I prefer.
Right.
Because at first I was kind of hesitant to do the live show.
Right.
But then I found the live show had a cool dynamic where I felt like some of the best conversations we had were the ones suggested by people live.
Absolutely.
And then there was also the feature of people being able to donate, which is also nice. That helps support the show.
Right.
And it is, we can do more when we have our faces on camera. However, this feels more like a traditional podcast to me, where it's not about the video, it's all about the audio.
Yes.
So I don't know which I actually prefer.
It's interesting. It's a very different dynamic. And I almost enjoy just being able to go back and forth, just so it's a switch up and people can be like, hey, you know, I like this version or that version. Keep me tuning in one week after the other.
Mm-hmm. Also, a lot of you seem to have a hard time with the concept of a podcast. It's all about just listening and relaxing.
Mm-hmm. Not so much a production, but hey, you know, zombies and Call of Duty.
I'm calling out the people who say it's too long or stuff like that.
Oh, I haven't had that comment in a long time.
Or who say they enjoy watching the gameplay.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
It's like the gameplay is the least important part of the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, fair.
It doesn't even like a lot of podcasts on YouTube don't even have anything. They just throw a static image on screen.
Right. But I mean, the gameplay's a good touch. You know, it's something that somebody can really enjoy. If they want to mindlessly listen to us, then you just got that nice movement in the background. There's something so appealing of just moving pictures versus just a single picture that I'm sure you've experienced yourself, even in stuff like that. I remember one of my friends, a podcast, Down the Scope podcast that I used to be on after a while, and they continued on without me, was this really interesting dynamic where they just had a nice rotating background. It was an endless loop, and it was just very... You could watch it for so long. It was soothing in a sense, just to get in this trance of listening to them and watching the images go by. It was really cool, and you couldn't tell it was images obviously because it was animation.
I've seen that before. Like today, I was watching a little bit of the Hello Internet podcast because it just dropped right before we were watching, or right before we started recording.
Right.
And the background image was literally just dash cam footage of a car driving through the road at night.
Okay.
And you can't really see it in front of you. You just see the road come forward. It's a soothing image.
It's nice. You know, it does something to the brain and makes you enjoy the podcast even more.
All right,
so
let's
John,
get to zombies.
Let's get to the first question here. The physical comic has finally been released. What do you have to say about it, John?
So I finally went through and read the comic, as I mentioned in my review of the comic. Yep. I decided to wait until it came out physically, just because I didn't want to go through the process of pirating.
Yes,
I figured it'd be a pain in the ass, and I want to just out of respect for Jason Blundell, Craig Houston. I'm looking at the names right now: Justin Jordan, Jonathan Wayshak, Dan Jackson, Simon Bisley. I figure I won't pirate it. I'll just wait till it comes out physically, and then I read it. I don't have an iOS device, so I had no way of actually opening up the iBook, and I did try. I could not get the file.
Johnny tried.
I could not get that file decrypted.
Fair enough.
And overall, I thought it was an okay story.
It's a good setup.
It's definitely a setup.
That's okay.
I wish it was less action, I guess you could say.
Oh, God, you're killing me. But keep going.
I know. I don't know. To me, when I read the comic,
it's fine. It's your opinion.
I think we have 24 pages every 2 months, which isn't a lot of information and not a lot of space to put information in. Right. So I would have preferred if they had had less action sequences and spent more time exploring maybe what's going on with that leader zombie or what Stuhlinger was doing, because one of the things I picked up on when I was reading it was that Stuhlinger, I just uploaded a video on this actually, was kind of on his own mission. You'll note what happens is, so there's Misty and Marlton who are on the roof. Marlton's playing with the drone. Rossman then goes down into one of the buildings and tries to find some food.
Yep.
And then it happens that Stuhlinger is also in the building at the same time. But he's there doing his own thing, which we don't see.
They all came together, though. You do know that.
Yes, I've read the comic.
Okay.
They all come together.
I know, just making sure.
However,
got that
Stuhlinger does whatever it is. I think he even
he's
says
gathering items or something like that.
But we don't see it.
No, of course not. But that's what he says.
I would have liked to have seen it. But actually, I don't think he ends up gathering anything. He says it's the wrong place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think maybe they were looking for some kind of hint to where the Chronorium is, or potentially the Chronorium itself.
Right.
And it wasn't there.
Which
was a little bit of an interesting, like, subtle side plot that you had to really be paying attention to pick up on, I feel.
Yes.
However, because these comics are 24 pages every 2 months, I would have liked it if they fit more information in. Because 2 months is a long time to wait for 24 pages.
Right. That's an interesting argument, definitely. I think the medium is not what... A comic book is not what you're looking for, still.
No.
You're still not looking for it. You want a graphic novel, a 100-page, 200-page graphic novel, or you want just some other medium, even animations, a whole series dedicated to it, or a movie. That's more what you would be getting this type of fleshed out information. Comics are not here to flesh out a lot of stuff. They are definitely ambiguous. They do have really compelling storylines. Sometimes they can get a lot in a little time, but action is the name of the game in comic books. To me, they knocked it out of the park for a comic book themed zombies. It fits the genre of comics. How many comics have you read in your life, John?
I've read one other comic.
Comic or graphic novel?
I don't know the difference. Is it about length?
Yes, I think
okay. So. The one other comic I read, and this is a throwback, when they released Sly Cooper 3 Honor Among Theme, they included a little comic book behind the game manual.
Yep.
In which they go on a mission to steal a jar of cookies when they're in the orphanage. Throwback.
That is very much so
That is the only comic I've ever read. So yeah, people have commented on that Can you hear a fan in the background?
A little bit, yeah, but it's
okay. I apologize about that.
No worries. It can be hot. We don't want you sweating bullets here on the podcast.
Nah, they're doing some shit out in the hallway.
Stupid college shit. All right, that's normal.
Yeah. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
Oh, the comic books, and you were saying about the people complaining or telling you in the comments at least about your feedback here.
People had called out that I had not read a comic before, which is true. I was expecting like a novella or something like that.
Oh God, dude. Well, I mean, that's what I believe, though. You represent such a large population, because the cool thing about this is Treyarch is introducing an old medium, a struggling medium of entertainment to a massive audience. So a lot of people are going to have unreal expectations, or just different expectations than what they're actually going to get. But some people will now fall in love with comics through this, and they'll start getting into other series and stuff like that, which is great for the market. So
I will say I enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't what I expected. But I still thought it was a good read.
Good.
And
that's good.
I think one person in my comments called it horseshit, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like I think there's definitely a lot of potential for things to explore, which makes me excited to see where it goes.
That's the whole point.
I'm obviously invested in the story now. I think the artwork is very good. A bit silly at times, but
that's totally the genre of comics. Comics very rarely go for that realism or that look-alike character. You hardly ever see that. And that's why it's almost so polarizing to some people that are younger, because they're like, this is how it's supposed to look. This is how I like it. And comics don't do that. They're very artistic. They're very have different perspectives and try and challenge our thoughts of comfort. So that's where you even get into the younger crowd, where I remember I'd read comics and I'd be like, I don't know how I feel about this, because they'd be challenging moral ideas, stuff that, social norms that I was not comfortable with exploring as a child, that now I've grown up in college. This is stuff you like talk about all the time, or realize, or at least have to self-actuate and figure out where you stand on these issues at some place and point. You're actually addressing these things. But as a kid, you're just like, I don't know. I like my bubble here. High school is my world. That's kind of how as far as it goes. So that is an interesting perspective I think I see a lot of people having with these comics right now. And I bet the guy that said it was horseshit probably didn't even pay for it. So it's just like,
Did you pick up a physical copy?
No, I only did digital because I didn't pre-order. But if I see a physical copy, I'll definitely buy one.
I think they might be difficult to get their hands on actually, because when I
Yeah.
went to the store,
Yep.
the guy told me that there were 4 other people today who tried to buy a copy,
Hmm.
but I was the only one that pre-ordered it, so I was the only one that got it.
Wow, that's nice.
So I think there is a bit of a demand for it, which I guess is good for the medium.
True, and it also makes sense to me. By the way, they only print on demand. My whole business is print on demand, so I
Oh
get
yeah,
that.
makes sense.
It's so costly to
I was,
have.
I was surprised how cheap the physical book was. I was expecting to pay more than $4.
How much was it? $4?
$4.
That's typically how those things go. It's a
Yeah.
pretty fair market, so it's cool to see the introduction of it all.
They
I'm
could
not
have
going to pretend to be an expert
easily
on it.
they could have easily though charged $10,
True, but
potentially $15, and I probably would. I don't know if I would. I probably would pay $15 and think it's not fair, but I would have forked over the money.
I just don't.
But
think
I would have been willing to pay more.
Right.
So,
Oh, don't tell them that.
no.
But I think there's a different sort of value to you, and it's almost nice in the sense to get zombie merchandise. That's what's so rare in this day and age. Though it's becoming more and more. There's a lot of people out there now doing their own posters, and they've done the gobble
Oh,
gums
really,
and
really,
liquid
really?
Diviniums.
Are there people doing their own posters?
Yes, I've seen a couple copycats popping up there, and to be honest with you, I'm not too impressed with their quality. But
Oh,
whatever.
I thought you were talking about yourself.
No, no, no one else.
I thought you were trying to toot your own horn there.
No, no, no. In all seriousness, I was linked a couple of different poster businesses that did their own, but all they did was take Treyarch shit and plaster it on a piece of paper and call it their own. So
Speaking of zombie merchandise, I went into Target the other day to try to see if I can buy the perk shot glasses. However, they were not selling any at my local Target. Disappointingly.
That's a shame. I should check mine. I should see if I have the shot glasses sitting on a shelf in my local Target. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning before I take off. Because that's really interesting. I'm a big fan of their expansion into that stuff, and it just helps everybody get more excited and have some kind of memories with this game. Even though the game itself, there's something nice about having like the posters. I mean, don't you love your posters for you got from the COD XP panel? Like,
They've been sitting.
College, or
they have been sitting in my room for 2 months now. I didn't bring them with me back to college because I don't have the room for them.
Yeah, yeah.
When I go, I kind of forgot about them. What I might end up doing is, I guess, ordering some frames and sending them home and maybe doing it over winter break.
Don't even need to order them. It'd probably be more expensive. Go to Walmart's. I guarantee for Walmart's, they're about $15 a piece at Walmart's, which you might think is expensive, but frames in general are expensive.
No,
you
can
can find something.
I bought frames. I think I bought frames $10 a piece for your posters back when I bought 4 of them like a year and a half ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good on you. Thank you.
I also, I think I told you this, and you hated it when I told you. I bought frames that were slightly too small, so I cut them.
You did bump me out again.
I had to do it. I had to.
I was over this. Yeah, no, you spent the money. I get that.
I'll remind you in a few months again. I'd spent the money. I had already opened them from the packaging. I couldn't return them.
Yeah. I get that. I totally get doing that.
Unless you wanted to send me specialty ordered size posters.
Definitely not.
For being such a good friend.
Not. Oh no, that would cost way too much money.
How much is friendship worth to you, though?
Oh well, let's be real, John. How much is our friendship worth to one another? Have we seen each other yet, John?
Yes,
have we gone out of our way? Oh,
yes,
we have. Well, at COD XP, it's like a business trip, all right.
That wasn't a business trip. That was a friendship trip.
You know what? You can twist it any way you want. You're right. All right, you're right. The value is pretty there. You show up for the podcast, all right?
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Oh,
are you calling out Dalek again? I'm playing.
Is it Dalek? Is it Noah? Is it Milo? I constantly hear people tell me how I call out others. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes I don't even. Oh my God. So there's times where I'll say there's a practice I don't like in the zombie community, and then someone will be like, "You're talking about so and so," and I'll be like, "No, I wasn't thinking about that person." And then they'll show me a video where they've done exactly that. I'm like, God, I like your stuff. Stop it. Don't do it. Don't fall into the trap that really awful channels do, like the few that we've seen out there recently that are just been atrocious for content. There's been just some absolutely garbage YouTube creation out there that I think would be fun to talk about a little bit here. Since there's not much going on, by the way, in the community, that's why I'm kind of happy veering a little bit, as long as it's still on topic, but really going into depth about all kinds of stuff on this Zombroz podcast. And what I want to get into that I was thinking about is this whole idea with 301 accounts and then how people get paid and how the content creation, all that stuff in general has led to such a change. So let me get to the
What the hell
topic.
are you talking about?
Yeah,
what is a 301 account?
301 view count. Sorry, but let me break it down here for just a second.
I'm out of the loop.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're not. But the entire system. Remember how it used to stop at 301 views? I'm very much talking about why content is created the way it is today, because we were just talking about garbage content. Why it's created today and how people are being paid today, and that's what incentivizes why people make the content they do today. So back in the day, it would freeze at 301. Now it freezes at a little different numbers because of the counting systems, and there was a delay, and they had to make sure these views are legitimate, because when you start hitting a certain point, there's a certain algorithm and it starts counting them. And by the way, when you upload a video, it copies that video to many different servers throughout the world. It's not just one video in California, excuse me, because that would just be so inefficient to send that video every time it's requested to say somewhere in London. I saw a wonderful video about this. Maybe I'll try and link it if I can remember, if I don't pass
I think you're
on
referring to Brady Heron's video on Number File.
Yes, I am absolutely.
That video is eternally frozen at 301 views.
Yes, it is, which was absolutely awesome. I am talking about that video. And the whole cause of the change in monetization not being based on views anymore, but being based in the sense of minutes watched and retained viewer retention is just because of the reply girls methods and people exploiting YouTube's system to make very short, very quick videos. Oh, you know what? You browse Reddit, so I guarantee you know where I'm going with this. Videos that end up exploiting the system to make big bucks. But what they didn't realize overnight when they decided to make this change to minutes watched, they screw over comedy sketch groups, animators. Did you by chance see this linked on Reddit? The whole almost documentary about animators?
Oh, I saw it and I watched about 30 seconds of it, and then I did something else. I'm not sure where you're going with this, truthfully, because I feel like we're in 2012 again.
No. So the reason I'm bringing all this up is because right now it is the best thing ever to create long content. That's how you get paid the most money, with viewer retention ratings. I had to give some history here so people understand where it's come from. So, like you're saying, in 2012, these people that want to make quality videos, that want to animate, that want to make comedy sketch, that want to do special effects, there is zero incentive for a company like that to invest in YouTube videos, because they're not going to make any money. A channel like Freddie W that you love so much, right? Back in the day where he used to make these really cool, quick videos with special effects and people loved it, pays nothing now today because of the way the place changed.
That's why you got to change your business model. The problem with that is their business model is too dependent on YouTube itself. What you need to do is move into the area of either Patreon or sponsors.
Right. Yes.
If you want to maintain a business, that's
yes. And they also went into the film industry. They actually moved on above YouTube, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. He made the whole Video Game High School was on Hulu. He made a whole series, 3 seasons. Just, but that's bigger and better.
I stopped watching after like season 2, I think.
It's fine. I don't care. It's not the point here. The point is content has become so bad because people need length. And even I look at myself and I'd rather create those shorter videos. I love my videos that are 6 minutes long, 4 minutes long, that make a really good point. They have a thesis statement. They attack a zombie theory, and you learn something from the video, or at least raise some questions, and they get like a good amount of views. I love that stuff. They always do because they're shorter. People can invest their time. Their retention rates are higher. Fine. But the money is at a 10-minute video, a 15-minute video, a 30-minute video, an hour-long stream. And YouTube's pushing of stream content is so large to try and knock or compete with Twitch or knock them out of the game, which won't happen. But to compete with them, with their YouTube Prime Time that you've seen, you're seeing people even like Noah J, and I'm not saying he's making bad content at all. He's part of Prime Time, but they're making these guys get in there to stream content, to reward them from streaming content, having this premier platform for this. And we see so many channels now producing just minutes and minutes of garbage just because that gets more views. That's going to get more payouts because YouTube's promoting that type of stuff. Have you noticed that, or not so much?
Have I noticed YouTube channels streaming more?
Yes, streaming like the length of videos increasing exponentially, and even recently, because the zombies community doesn't have as much BS to throw out there, they're really just almost consistently only streaming themselves playing custom maps or playing old maps over again with just the same old challenges, and it's just more the same.
Okay, yeah. This isn't anything new, of course. This I think really got big in the zombies community when Black Ops 3 came out. I mean, you have the Easter egg hunting streams. Back in the day, it was step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, so on. Where every update was another step to the Easter egg. Now it's just long-form streams. However, you sit here and you say this is shit content and this is terrible from a creator perspective.
Well, from the larger innovation to really make it to that next level where you're making real productions. But as a hobby and enthusiast, you know what? It's totally fine. If you're not trying to pretend to be something you're not, this incredible content creator, or try and make these really changing videos. If you just like filming games and streaming, yeah, this is fine. This is totally the status quo if you're not really looking for innovation.
Truthfully, I don't care at all. If you're whether you're Noah J or you're who knows.
Okay, wait, but by the way, we still have to say, I'm not saying Noah J's making bad content.
I'm not saying Noah J. I'm just saying Noah J because he's the biggest among us.
Yes, the prime times zombie
whether you're Noah J or you're anybody or you're nobody, I don't particularly care if the majority of your videos are long form content. I don't think it is our place as content creators to judge what is and isn't good content. I will not sit here and just say that like that is a shit video because all you did was stream. You had no craftsmanship. You didn't take the time to compose a thesis statement and research or anything like that. I don't care because I don't think it's our place to judge that content. I think it's the viewers. And the viewers are the ones who are watching it and continuing to thumb it up.
Fair enough. But I think you're twisting a little bit, not twisting, but at least I'm not explaining properly. What I mean by, I'm not comparing a stream to a thesis statement in the sense that like in my video I would make where it's really well researched, or somebody like a Freddie W that would spend hours and hours of VFX in it, and then compare that to a stream and saying a stream is garbage. Not at all. As I think I talked about last week or the week before that about Smosh created an incredibly produced live stream that was production quality that no one's ever seen on this platform before. I'm talking about the guys that the status quo is, I got to stream every day. I got to make sure I stream every day. Every stream starts out the same. Like, oh, are we live? Hey, is the mic muted? Oh, the mic's muted. Oh, my bad. Okay. Are we live now? Okay, guys. Oh, let me get this set up. Sorry, guys. And then you're 10 minutes in. And again, nothing is set up. And then you got to do that skip to this point in the video before we get all this. And it's just, I see so much of that where you're not getting that quality where a professional streamer on Twitch, they're ready. It's up. They're going. Hey, guys, what's going on? Hey, we got this Dead by Daylight game going on, or whatever it might be. That's a popular one, I think, right now. Or you got the Dota players, or you have the League of Legends guys going at it. I feel because this is, again, the zombie community is now shifting toward this off season, even though Spaceland's coming out, but it's not going to have longevity. But it's going to be, it's just frustrating to me to see this type of content where people, I can't imagine as viewers how poorly received that is for them, how eye-rolling this content is when you try and see these people stream.
Reed,
and
it's
just
it's eye-rolling to you, though, because you make content.
I still consume content, though. I view tons of YouTube videos.
You don't consume zombies content like the average zombie viewer consumes zombies
That is true.
Content.
I don't, but
you know what goes into making a video, and you have a better perspective on what people have done prior to this.
But John, when I click on a video, when I click on a stream, I should see you playing the game.
You just jump ahead.
No, not during a live stream.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying during a live stream. Afterwards, when it's archived, sure. But when you're live streaming,
I think the content's not about the player, or I'm sorry, the content's not about the game. The content's about the player. People are tuning in to say Matt streams because they enjoy Matt. They like his personality. They think he's an entertainer and he's funny. So maybe they're willing to sit through 5 minutes of, hold on, we're waiting for so-and-so to get into the lobby, because once the game starts, they enjoy watching him.
Fair enough. That's a fair point.
He's the content, not the gameplay.
Interesting. That is a very interesting point. I think Lex is the definition of that. I think that's the guy that is the definition of entertainment. But
Especially like
he does it in such a way that I think sets him apart, though.
When I met him at COD XP, he was the same character in his videos as he is in real life, which I found impressive.
Very much so. I think that's just Lex. I don't think it's too much of a character thing. He does get deep at times, but very much Lex is just a happy-go-lucky guy as best he can.
He's got like this. Yes, he's like a little bit goofy, but
yep. Oh, there it is.
But it's funny.
Yes, but like, right. Okay, I just think that's the point there. Just like Lex and the entertainment, that is a quality streamer I have found. And I don't think there's enough of Lex here. When you're talking about entertainment and people showing up for that, there's not enough Lexes in the community right now. And I just hope for better. I mean, we finally
so many Lexes.
That is true. Where I mean, coming off such a bad taste in my mouth from the Reddit community, and I have taken such a step back from all of zombie community and looking at updates and stuff because it was just so unappealing and so just frustrating, I guess, from someone that's loved this for so long. And I'm an old school guy, so that's definitely how it goes. Anyway, let's talk about Escape from Zombie Island. That was what you linked to me in the Call of Duty Online beta, right?
Yep.
Okay. So this is, if you guys don't know, there's a trailer out there that...
There'll be a link in the show notes.
Yes. That is just almost laughable about how ridiculous and over the top China constantly is when they make their Call of Duty Online ripoffs, because China can do that. They don't really have copyright laws. You can't really enforce that because it's China. So whatever they do is they take a lot of things. It's owned by
Activision.
Yeah, they still have to abide by China's rules.
Yeah, but this is though like this isn't a knockoff necessarily. This is the Chinese Call of Duty.
Right.
They don't have a yearly release. They instead have Call of Duty Online.
Right, but they still have their own rules. Like it's completely different scenario. Like Activision and operations in China and opening this stuff up and whatever intellectual use and stuff like that, they can rip off to tomorrow. I guarantee they did not talk to Treyarch and Treyarch gave them Call of Duty Online stuff. That would just be outrageous. I know some people said there were secret talks of, I don't remember who even told me this stuff, but it doesn't matter. It could have been just random rumors online that some American developers did make COD Online, but they want to keep it hush-hush to get around those copyright infringement issues. So...
Maybe. I think this is pretty hilarious.
Yes. It's laughable.
Imagine Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh my God.
But with zombies.
So let's take them through it. Let's take them through the trailer because I got it up here, and we'll give you a little play-by-play of what goes on.
We'll start at the same time. All right. So 0-0.
Yep. 0-0.
1, 2, 3, play.
Okay.
So you can't read any of that. So you have a fire zombie that
looks like Exo Zombie so much,
just
right?
About to say. Yeah, exactly.
Completely. And we have the reward system being given out there, and the players are so weird. We have
ghosts. Do you see that golden gun with wings on it?
Yes, it's so ridiculous. I like the Pirate Island atmosphere that shows up here, and you have cannons. But then this just takes a shot.
There's a crab zombie.
It just goes into lunacy here. I mean, vacation zombie
with the hook,
a cannon and a hook. He's shooting us. The zombies are shooting back. Oh, the crab zombies are so
I like
weird.
how in one shot the crab looks giant and then it looks really small.
Yep. And then you have, oh my God.
Do you see this person like run through the zombies? There's not even like any particle effect or anything.
It's just, wow. People kept commenting about how it looks like Hello PS2 graphics. It is almost hilarious to watch this video. The characters are so not well fleshed. Oh, there's our Johnny Depp zombie.
The Jack Sparrow. And then you have
a boss?
It's not even a zombie.
I don't even know what that is about.
Okay, for those listening, imagine a giant rhino in the water.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, well, it almost Final Fantasy, if you want to think about Final Fantasy bosses. It's got some kind of like dolphin-like face combined with almost like a
turtle shell with a little bit of frog in there.
Yeah. It almost has a pig face as well.
It's very man-bear pig.
Oh my God, man-bear pig.
Have you seen it? Oh, I'm looking. I just paused on like one of the rocket launchers.
Oh, I did.
It's got like hieroglyphics on it.
I did notice that just now too. What are they going for here? I swear to God, COD Online is just like, all right, let's just put everything we've ever thought about inside a map.
It's just like, fuck it. Who cares?
Oh my goodness. It doesn't.
I think I still have Call of Duty Online downloaded on my computer.
Oh, you're so lucky. I never got to play it.
However, I don't think I wrote down my password and stuff. It was also very difficult to run.
Yeah, I can
Like
imagine.
it wouldn't always work. It would take a while to start up. So like I never actually played it much.
Fair enough. Do you
You
even
had
know
to.
what this character is? This is zombies. We have some like tourist zombies show up at one point.
No, this
That
is so
wing.
di-
Oh my
The
god.
last time I played it was, I think, the summer before Infinite or Advanced Warfare. I think that was
Oh
the last
wow.
time I played it. That summer,
Wow.
and there were no. Maybe there was create your own character. I don't think so. And
I wish choose your own character.
oh, maybe it was choose your own character. Either way, the basic thing was you were in a town. It reminded me of I don't know the Modern Warfare map names, but it reminded me of a Modern Warfare map. It
Yeah.
might have even been a map for Modern Warfare. Like a giant spaceship would come down and you had to destroy the ship. Meanwhile, you're running from zombies rescuing civilians. That's all I ever played. I never played. I never played the remakes of Nacht and
Oh.
Verrückt.
That's a shame. I saw they looked pretty darn fun, especially the escape stuff was really cool.
Well, you had to unlock them, and it was such a pain in the ass to run the game that I never played it enough to unlock it.
Gotcha. Oh man, I'm looking at the stuff. He actually resembles a Thrasher in his stomach here. The zombie that's really big and he holds a cannon and has a hook and he shoots cannonballs at you. Oh, maybe those are cannonballs in his stomach that he uses to feed ammo in there. It looked like he had the Thrasher
Yeah, those are
belly.
cannonballs.
Yeah. There's little
That's how he
labels you
feeds
can
his
see
gun.
around the map. 3 and 4 areas, I guess, are labeled in that sense. The characters are so laughable. You have Ghost. Why is Ghost from Modern Warfare in here? You have unnamed girl with like Nikolai hat on, which sort of fits. And then I think you have like this astronaut. Like, what is this person in a spacesuit, or is that like a swimsuit outfit? They have some kind of helmet on, and then you have some kind of like punk rock retro mix guy girl in the background. I can't really tell because of the PS2 graphics that I'm looking at. But like, what is this just cast of characters? I love how they're just like, they're characters.
So you're gonna try to get your hands on the beta?
Oh, I'd be interested to see if it's not illegal or just impossible to do. I would totally be about that.
I don't think it's illegal.
I
I
hope
think
not.
it's just difficult.
That's fine.
Especially,
That's much
I remember navigating the Chinese menus.
Oh
was
god, that's a headache,
awful.
right?
It was just trial and error.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the super fat zombie that looks like a bloater of sorts, or even
Oh,
like a
with the
boomer
the
stop
stop
sign?
sign? Yep.
Yeah, that looks like Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare zombies to me.
Yeah, the dude with the armor.
No, yes. I'm
Yeah,
totally with
I
you.
don't
Yep.
remember his name.
I don't. Goliath? Golem?
Goliath, I think.
Nice. This I don't know how this is not a Johnny Depp zombie. It
This
looks
has no views, 240 views.
I know. Maybe there's a different video somewhere else because that doesn't seem like an official account for anybody.
No, I posted it on Twitter to see if anybody had seen it.
I like the little weird attempts at some mysterious backstory here at this It's this pirate island where you see like the hieroglyphs in green, like 115 looking stuff. It's so laughable. I absolutely
Maybe there's a
play it.
whole avenue of the story in China that we have no idea about. Maybe that's where Bus Route B is.
Maybe.
And
Hey,
the bald man.
technically it's the multiverse. It could fit in.
The Chinese theory.
Oh my god, the Chinese.
Actually,
here.
I think Murder Machine X had Call of Duty Online in his official canon back in the day when he had his 4-hour-long video.
Wow, I don't recall that at all.
Do you know this video?
Of course, no. I don't recall him referencing Call of Duty Online though. I didn't know it was out yet at that time.
It was very subtle. He had a bunch of bubbles representing the multiverses.
Yeah, I remember that.
And one of them was the Call of Duty Online multiverse.
Oh, hot damn! I now just got a look at her tattoo sleeve, and it looks like there's Adventure Time knockoffs on the girl's tattoo sleeve here. What?
Welcome to China.
What is? I'm so confused. I'm feeling so many things. Most of it confusion. So I guess what do you make of it? We've talked a good about of our reactions there from that. What do you make of it?
It looks funny to me. I think it'd be a fun game mode.
Mm-hmm. Just to play once.
Yeah, like play it once or twice. It feels like I bet it feel like a custom map.
Yeah, I would agree with that. How long will Black Ops 3 replayability last? I think this is a very good question in the sense of what console or platform we're talking about here. I think on PC, a long time.
When I wrote this, I was imagining it from the perspective of a console player, not mods.
Right, right.
Because
That's
mods can last a decade.
Yeah, we've already experienced that. I would argue, or at least not even argue. I'd have a nice, pleasant conversation that Black Ops 3 replayability won't last very long. It won't be like much other maps. You'll load in for zombies and you'll play it occasionally, but you won't keep up with it too much. It's definitely one of the games that'll fade, just like a World at War, a Black Ops 1, a Black Ops 2. You occasionally go back and play it when you feel like it, but you won't continue to play online. Multiplayer is going to fall off, and the campaign is something you do if you really, really were passionate about it. Most people weren't. Most people didn't even understand what happened in the campaign. So I think Black Ops 3 is going to fade into the black, and mods on PC are going to be the only answer. It's not a forgettable Call of Duty. It's a Call of Duty that, as a console player, I see myself going back to play for nostalgia purposes, which I still find myself doing with the old games, the other ones.
See, I have a hard time deciding how long I think this game will last in terms of replayability.
Oh, a couple of years, I think.
I would say Black Ops 1 lasted me an extra year. Like, I continued to play that all the way through Modern Warfare 3. And then Black Ops 2 rolled around. And I was playing that a lot in the whatchamacallit era. What came after Black Ops 2?
Ghost. Oh, my God.
Thank you, Eli. My roommate just chimed in.
Yeah, I heard him. Nice job, Eli. 10 out of 10.
I was, so I was playing that during the Ghost era. Like, they generally last me a year. However, I think I've definitely played Black Ops 3 significantly less than I have the other Call of Duties. And I think that's just because I've played a lot of Call of Duty.
I think you just grew up.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the bigger problem. I think you're at college now and you don't have as much time.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. But I wonder, though, for, like, the other players, like the people who are relatively new to the series.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they're going to experience similar things to you, John. No, I think this has at least a year, I think, of people playing through that really don't want to pick up Infinite Warfare. There's been a lot of backlash continued at Infinite Warfare. I don't see any reason why people would just say, nah, I'm not going to play Black Ops 3 anymore. I think there's still going to be a community for at least another year because there's not that much to be offered inside this next installment besides Modern Warfare Remastered. I think more people are going to play Modern Warfare Remastered longer than they're going to play Infinite Warfare, whether it be zombies or the multiplayer.
See, part of me thinks this game should have the potential to last longer than a year because they're the most dense maps we've ever seen.
Right.
So that's where I have a hard time deciding.
So is that the end goal here of a console guy thinking about, am I going to get this till the next game? Not regularly. I think you'll get bored of it for sure. I don't think it has that kind of life because even thinking about, do you want to go through the endeavor and the commitment it can be sometimes to play those super maps? So you don't have to play it that way, but if you really want to use all the features in the map, it's an endeavor for sure. It's exhausting.
Like Transit, though. Transit was an endeavor.
When's the last time you played Transit, John?
Tuesday. Very good. Very good.
Oh, I thought you said Tuesday. I was just like, of course.
No.
Of course, for some reason you played this recently. Of course, John.
No, last time I played Transit's probably been several months, and I think I was playing Transit to get footage of a specific thing.
Yeah, that's typically it.
Yeah, like I don't just pick up Transit for fun.
Exactly. But you know what? You would pick up a Mob of the Dead for fun, probably. Maybe even an Origins, depending on how much
like right now, if I thought about Black Ops 2 maps in terms of the likelihood that I would go and play them again, I'd say Mob of the Dead, Die Rise, followed by Nuketown. I'm missing Buried, Origins, swap Origins and Buried, followed by Transit.
Okay, fair enough. I put Origins at the top of my list because I enjoy the staff so much. The map really came through to me later on. Mob of the Dead, definitely.
Origins
I would argue Buried.
Origins over time, I slowly started to resent more and more. It felt like a job to me, like a chore.
Yep, I can absolutely see that. If you're a solo player, that's really what kills you.
It's such a pain in the ass running through all the mud and shit.
Yep, but I played it a lot
to defend the generators.
Yep.
Oh, it's such a pain in the ass sometimes.
Sometimes, absolutely.
I see it for what it is, and I see why it's a great map. But it's very unforgiving sometimes.
Oh, for sure. and that's why it appeals to me. I've been doing it so long where I get so bored. I get so bored with zombies when you get to higher rounds. So when I want to sit down, not record anything, and play about 40 rounds, because I do that from time to time because I just am a fan of the game. A map like Die Rise makes me want to blow my brains out. That map is boring as hell to me.
I like that. I like Die Rise. Die Rise forces me to keep moving. That's what I like about it.
Oh god, the map just doesn't do anything for me. Die Rise and Transit are always going to be my bottom two maps from just my personal experiences with it. I enjoyed Buried. Buried was fun. I like that map.
Buried's a good map. I like running around in the maze.
Yes.
I think Buried is tainted in my mind because I got to round 50 sitting in the corner doing nothing but just hitting the trigger every second.
Well, that's on you. That was your choice.
It worked though.
Fair enough. So
easiest round 50 run ever.
Yeah, pretty much. That's an easy way to get your shotguns, by the way. It's all about rounds to downs. So, with the next question here, what's your plan for the next 3 years, Sean? Well, did you write this, or did a commenter write this?
A commenter
that's a
wrote
deep
this.
Question.
I wasn't sure whether or not we wanted to run with this question, but I threw it in there just in case.
Why not? Matt's not here just to be like, whatever. Because Matt has ideas, but he's always just like, he's so indecisive about it. I'm calling you out, Matt. Do it. Believe in yourself, Matt. Go for it.
Let your dreams be memes.
I really think Matt should go into more of the editing with real life stuff. That's the stuff that he absolutely excels at. And, video games are video games. Sometimes they're a passion, sometimes they're not. I think Matt could just kill it with fucking real videos. But he loves video games. Don't get me wrong. I know he does. But that's my 2 cents about knowing Matt that could contribute to this since he's not here about the next 3 years. But, John, tell me, what do you want to do for the next 3 years? Oh, my God, you'll be graduating. You'll be a senior in college by the time that happens.
I will be, Reed. Isn't that scary?
Not really. I'll be in the real world 3 years closer to my inevitable demise.
Yeah, 3 years from now, I think it boils down to the question, am I still doing zombies?
Yeah, I would agree.
And, I'm definitely interested in poking my head in other avenues.
Yep.
I keep kind of thinking about what my next channel should be because I definitely want to start something new soon.
Yeah. What do you want it to be?
I don't know yet.
Oh, you don't even have a clue?
Was that a rhetorical question or was that?
No, that was a real question. You don't even have a direction yet for the next content you want to make. You don't have any passions?
No, I definitely do. I just have. I want my own style, and that's the problem.
Are you done?
There's a what?
No, keep going.
There's a lot of content that I watch on YouTube that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And what stops me is that I don't want to copy that style. I need to develop my own style.
To a point, you can't do a blatant copy, but if you keep saying that, you'll never do it. If you don't even articulate it on a podcast what you want to do, it stays in your head, and you'll never create that thing.
That's the problem. I don't know what that is.
Exactly. Fair enough. I mean,
the one problem is I want to make sure I have my own style, and I want it to be something I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on that. But I was curious more where you think you are in 3 years, because me right now, the odds of me doing zombies in 3 years, I would say probably on the lower end.
Yeah, I would imagine. I absolutely would imagine.
But I'm definitely 3 years from now, I'm definitely still playing the maps, definitely still keeping up to date.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm covering it.
Right. It might be a distant memory as you have your full-time job locked up after your internship on your 3rd year of college here for whatever your major is. You still CS? You didn't change yet?
I'm still I'm still comp sci.
Okay.
What I'm wondering though is not what I'm wondering. What I'm hoping is that I'm still doing YouTube.
That would be nice. It is a passion. I'm just
not sure it'll be zombies. That's what I mean.
Right. No, I totally got you on that. You're exceptional at making how clear that it was.
In the perfect world, I'm still self-employed. I don't actually get a real job.
Yes. Yep. That is the dream here, my friend. Same with me. In 3 years, I would like to be owning my own business. I would like Rad Company to be a specific, a real production company in a sense that. So 3 years from now, I will be 2 years into my adult life. I would like to have employees, at least 2 to 3 employees helping me with another channel. So another channel that produces content of sorts of whatever I can brand that as. I would hope to God that Rad Austin 27 could continue with whatever was working for zombies, plus at least one other field. I really feel like.
Do you still think you're making zombie videos 3 years from now?
I don't know if I'm personally making them. I think other people might be making them on this channel, but I don't know if Rad Austin 27 or Reed is going to be the guy commentating every single zombie video ever on Rad Austin 27. I don't know really where this channel will end up, if this is just my personal fun channel, because I really want to dive into posters as like a poster company. I want to have a poster company, and I might even rebrand that in a couple of years, expanding past just the posters I have now. Sorry for bumping the mic there. For zombies, I see lots of video game art in the future. I feel like I would rather be a primetime seller in posters for video games and artwork and anime shows or cartoons, whatever original artwork where we commission artists, so we get artists' names out there, we get that stuff done. That's where I see the next 2 or 3 years. People in the community. So it's this effort of spreading out stuff that everybody wants, that are really, really enjoyable to everybody, and hopefully being able to provide clothing lines and apparel and stuff like that we can discount, as well as having major charity events. Like I always do at least 2 charity streams a year to make sure we have a lot of money donated and really making a difference in the community. And I feel like through those avenues of posters and T-shirts, you get that type of community that you can build on and do more of these giveaways, these streams. And I can bring other personalities in, because I hope Rad Plays is still around, and I'm hoping that we can have other people coming in and playing games with me, or even with themselves, and posting that type of content so it's entertaining for other people, because it's all about escapism for me, in the sense of like having a little escapism. I'm not about the escapism where you're just gone forever, no responsibilities, but like you need to come home and unwind. Sorry, I was gonna say wind down. You need to come home, unwind, watch a YouTube video, or how you would turn on a Netflix or something like that. Someday I would hope to make much more. Like I have higher aspirations for 5 and 10 years away. But in the next 3 years, there's no way I see myself sitting down, making the same Call of Duty zombie videos, making updates, playing mods, covering Sledgehammer stuff by myself. I don't think that it would be enjoyable for anybody. And that shows, to me, little innovation and progress. I'm not a guy that would enjoy just doing the same thing for the rest of my life till I die. That's just not me at all.
See, one of the things I'm hoping to get away from is such quick turnarounds.
Oh, God.
There's something to be said for the daily or every other day or every 2 or 3 days turnaround.
100%.
But I'd love to be in a place where I just had 1 week to craft something really good, rather than 1 day to every day having to every day craft something.
So that's why I was talking about earlier about how YouTube forces you to post daily content, because it's all about minutes watched. And that's why I like the animators die in that sense of creating that type of excellent content. I want animation. That is the end game for me. Is I love to own an animation firm where I'm a part of the writing team and I oversee some incredible stories being told, because I'm all about storytelling. I love that stuff. The posters and merchandising would be able to fund everybody, and then we can create exceptional free content for people online, because we get so much support either through a Patreon avenue or through our poster sales or merchandising sales, whatever that may be. And I agree with you that the turnaround times are absolutely what I hate the most about this work right now that I'm doing. I think I almost despise the feeling that I have to get stuff up if I want to continue to produce content and stay relevant on YouTube. Because even if it's not a money incentive to stay relevant, you have to continue to post almost daily in the field that we're in. And that's just, you cannot take your time. One of my roommates is a motion picture science major, and she worked in New York City over the summer, and she worked on massive films, and she just did color grading for the majority of it on massive films. And these things come out later on Netflix, and you get to enjoy those series. You say, wow, incredible, I loved watching that. And it's like, that took hundreds of people working on that for months, and you get such a better product. And that's what I would love. That's where I would love to be with this type of stuff. Like even Freddie W., how they had hundreds of people working on that stuff. They didn't turn a big profit, and they were able to get that to Hulu. But, I mean, think about, John, if you said, I made Video Game High School, how proud would you be? Think about what an accomplishment that would be for you to say, look at that creation that I was able to make, versus this stuff. Now, I know some people love what they do on here. And I'm not trying to take away from that, but that's just like my personal viewpoints of just like when I see the time and effort that goes into like classic gameplay, Call of Duty commentary that gets uploaded, you there's no excitement, there's no mystery, there's no story being told. It's the typical update. Some guy is sharing a hobby with you. And there's something really cool and personal about that. Sometimes you really love the personality. You want to enjoy this person. So you follow a person, you enjoy their lifestyle, you enjoy the video game, and you want to share this experience with them. But I like storytelling much more. And that's where I find these issues with me trying to stick 3 years with YouTube being my only source. I wonder if YouTube even will be the next big thing. You know, Vine just closed. We talk about that and how the system can change overnight, even with the copyright policies and all that. When's the next platform going to come here? Will Facebook video be able to take down YouTube? I doubt it. But what is this next?
Facebook video is fundamentally different from YouTube video.
Oh, 100%.
It's all in the search feature. You can't find Facebook videos like you can go find a YouTube video.
For now, right? But no, I'm not even saying Facebook. I'm saying for the next thing. I'm not even trying to advocate for Facebook. I'm saying it wasn't like that in the past. You didn't type in and then you would get like daily motion before YouTube sometimes. Not the case anymore because YouTube is so big and obviously owned by Google and all that stuff. But what is that next thing to come? People have kept asking that for a decade now, and they've have tons of viciously successful people that are so financially rich now in that super 1% upper crowd of YouTube. Those type of people really have a chance to make a difference in where this platform goes. And you know, yeah, it's their ship to take.
I don't think there can be a next to come following YouTube.
You don't think there's never going to be, no, not never, it's a bad thing. You don't think in the next couple years, there's not going to be another social media platform to compete with all the rest of them?
Not to compete with YouTube. In the sense that I don't think you can beat YouTube just on a short scale. The amount of money, the amount of servers it requires to host this many videos and serve up that many videos, I think is impossible for a startup to ever compete with.
Doesn't even need to be a startup, though. You could have a Yahoo invest God knows how much money into it just to try and compete.
But you're competing against Google. Remember that, too.
Yeah. Like Google loses battles all the time, though. Remember Google Glass?
I mean, think about the Vine. Vine was just shut down today.
Yes,
and what it was Twitter, who was already, I think, laying off 6% of their staff.
Oh,
or something like that.
Twitter's been on the decline for a while.
Twitter's having a hard time staying afloat, and they run this video service that's not making any money. So that's why they cut it. YouTube, on the other hand, is run by Google, who I'm sure has lots of money that they can throw at something to keep it afloat if they want.
Right.
And it's just some. I think because.
But that doesn't mean it's going to be the premiere, though. Like you can throw money at it all you want, but if there's something so good that comes next, there's nothing you're going to do. MySpace to Facebook was such a change of pace that there was no going back when it boomed. So, like, what were you using 5 years ago, John? Were you on Twitter at all 5 years ago?
Yeah, I was on Twitter 5 years ago.
Were you using it as much as you are today, though? Twitter has changed drastically 5 years ago.
Where was I 5 years
2011.
ago? 2011, I was in the 7th grade.
Oh, come on. You were tweeting in 7th grade?
No. I made a Twitter when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, okay.
I remember.
I have no idea.
I don't think I had any social media presence.
Right?
It
wasn't a thing.
You know, I was on iChat, but that doesn't count as a social media, I don't think.
No, instant messaging service.
Yeah, so that doesn't count. It was definitely on YouTube.
Yes, right. YouTube was around.
Both as a viewer and a content creator.
I think 2011?
Yeah.
5 years ago? You've been doing this that long?
I've been doing this since 2010.
Huh. I lose track of the years, to be honest with you. Fair enough.
Fair. I mean, I've only had this channel for 4 years. A little bit over 4.
Right.
But I've done
I've had it for 7.
I've done a number of other things that won't see the light of day.
Fair enough. And I just try and make that argument in the sense that it changes. Like, you weren't using Snapchat how many years ago, John? And how much do you use Snapchat today?
I made a Snapchat 2 years ago. I was late to Snapchat. No, I made a Snapchat.
I'm not sure if you're truly late to it, but how often do you use Snapchat? Daily?
Oh yeah, I use it. It's one of my main forms of communication. I think I snap more than I text.
That wasn't a thing a couple of years ago, three,
True.
4 years ago. No one even talked about this Snapchat thing. The only thing they talked about was dick pics from Snapchat, and then it's become so much more.
Yeah, Snapchat.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, look at all the stuff they keep trying to add, and I think Twitter is a great example of what happens when you don't innovate or you can't figure out more for your platform. I wonder what could be next.
I'm scrolling down to your Snap score right now, Reed.
Oh, it's probably awful. I don't send messages to anybody. I just do. I only do the add to story thing. Do you get any points for that? And I add people.
You get 1 point every time you send and receive a Snapchat.
Oh, that's how I'm getting points then.
Send or receive.
Yes, so that's how I'm getting points. People send me stuff. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I was wondering how I was getting points. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
okay.
So when you open them up, you get points.
Oh, well, look at that. See, I have no idea how it's going. So, by the way, we have a question here about no Infinite Warfare Zombies hype or teasers, but supposedly on Halloween they're going to release that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, when I wrote that, I didn't know there was going to be a Halloween release.
It makes sense. That's pretty cool. That's good timing. I mean, Treyarch did that for their initial release of Nocturne Toten. That was really cool. And by the way, no one's found that. I had no idea they ever released any kind of promotion or video for the Nock thing on Halloween. No clue for months, even after playing it.
Really late though.
Yeah. So they don't have the funding for it. Clearly that Zombies in Spaceland is not getting the bulk of advertising dollars. That's not what they're going for.
What day does the game come out?
November 4th?
Oh, it's a Friday again.
Is it? Let me check.
I hope not.
Yeah, it's the 4th. I'm almost certain it's the 4th.
Oh, god damn it. Why does it gotta be a Friday?
That's kind of awesome. Why don't you like Fridays?
Because I don't want to be playing games on Friday.
Okay.
If it was a Tuesday, if it was a Tuesday, that'd be great.
Do you have class off on those days? Yeah, it's November 4th. It comes out on Friday.
No, I'm just used to Tuesdays.
Doesn't make a difference to me.
Like I can work around my class schedule. That's not a problem.
Fair enough.
It's the Friday nights and Saturday mornings.
Oh, those are the rough ones. When Johnny J's trying to party it up. All right, let's wrap it up with this last question here. Have you played any good maps lately? I played the Halloween Combine map, which I think you were talking about a couple podcasts ago.
Yeah, that was
the best. I didn't know
that was the best one. Interesting.
One of the best ones I've played in a while. Not Mad Gaz's best, but I'm like, I had a 115 Mines. I had a Super Mario Halloween one I played. Very enjoyable. Out of the two most recent ones I played.
Why is that one the best one?
It was just so much fun. Even the atmosphere was good. There was tons of wonder weapons on the map. The perks were there. It was the zombies are in your face. It was just a nice, simple map that was a lot of fun for me, especially because I was playing with a friend. So it wasn't just soloing it up and getting bored running in circles. There was a lot of camaraderie to be had. Same with the Super Mario Halloween, another You Always Win map. And that was a ton of fun as well because you had a viable ending. Actually, both had viable endings. But you could wall run. That was really cool. And there was a lot going on. But the textures, with the Mario map, very much you get those very low-res textures. And that's the whole point. It's almost like 64-bit type stuff. But it looks great. The map itself looked great. But there wasn't much to do. There weren't really any features. While inside the Combine map, it just seemed like there was more to do. There's more guns to use, more places to camp. And then there's one area you could camp at where it's like a corridor in Doris, but you could also look down and shoot people, which was really fun.
I think we're thinking of the same exact place. I know exactly.
You wall run on multiplayer.
Yeah, you normally wall run there.
For some reason, zombies don't come up on the one on the left if you're facing the wall running area.
Yeah, I did a lot of good camping there.
Yeah, that was a bunch of fun. So me and my friend, he would run down there. And the thing I loved about it, and when he was down there, is like he'd go for a box spin, and you would see the zombies come from every direction. It was like that transit in the trailer where the zombies just surround everybody. That constantly happened above round 20. No matter where you were on this map, they were all around you. And I was like, that's really cool. You don't see that. I love that feature.
I thought it was a good map. I just wouldn't put... to me, if I was going to say something is the best map, I'd pick something more original.
I'm saying best map I played out of the past 3 maps. Not like not like the factory and what was the other one I played? I don't remember. There's another really good one I played, but this was just refreshing. It was a nice taste of fresh air, especially given all the stuff that's been going on with mods. There's not too much massive innovation because excuse me, it's still young. It's in its infancy still.
I want people to stop releasing maps early.
Yeah, we're getting to
I'm
the early access stuff, aren't we?
I'm kind of getting annoyed with people releasing maps that are clearly incomplete. And I get that you're excited and you want to get it out and you want people to play it and you want feedback.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day when it was just World at War maps, like you released the map when you were finished,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a finished product.
Right.
I kind of wish we were getting more of that. I'd rather wait an extra month or 2 months for the map and to play it when it's 100% rather than when it's half complete.
Well, you get a better experience that way. The argument I could see against that would be like, I can get you the map out now. You can play on it now. And in the meantime, while I'm working on it in a month, it'll automatically update. You won't even notice it automatically updated. It'll just do that nice, version 1.01. And you have a better map with new features if you return to it. But to your point, it's just like saying, you're going to get a bad experience. Like you can just play it one time and be like, I'm not touching that again. That wasn't fun.
I feel like we get a pile. I was about to say a pile of crap, but that's a little bit harsh.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
I feel like we get a bunch of mediocre maps, and I'd rather some very good maps instead.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
Yeah. So
there are some very awful maps out there right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Because people just like throw together a box and they're excited. I get that. They want people to play this, but
do more with your box.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to release it right away. Yeah, so this week I played the McMahon starting room challenge.
Oh, I saw a lot of people posting. No, I didn't try it because so many people have posted videos about that. I wasn't really interested. How is it?
I think that's a good way to release a map early, without actually releasing a shitty map.
Okay, tell me about it, John.
It's definitely fun. It's McMahon, but it's not your standard starting room challenge. You have access to the Pack-a-Punch, the 4 main perks, and the mystery box.
Okay.
So you can basically overpower yourself, give yourself a wonder wall off.
Yeah, but that's fun.
That's what you're looking for. Yeah, no, exactly. So that makes it fun.
Yep.
And that's the only part of the map available. You can't go into any of the other cell blocks. And I assume that that's just because they're not complete. And I think that's the perfect way to release a map early without actually releasing a terrible map.
I agree. I think it's a good way to do it. It's slowly building up where like you have an area almost like a transit approach to it, where with the other maps where a town map had a lot in it.
You compartmentalize it.
Yes.
I can't say that word right now.
It's a tough word sometimes. I struggle with it too.
But it's surprisingly easy. I got like 30 without even trying.
Well, I mean, when
I was surprised. But it's such a tight area. You can't train there at all.
Yeah, but if you got everything in the world at your disposal, I would hope you could.
Yeah,
be able
you
to
just
blow
camp.
stuff
It's
up. Yeah,
it's
and
pretty
camping's
easy.
fun.
No, it is. No, I like camping. I was just surprised that it was easy. I was expecting to struggle more.
Fair enough.
I also played. Oh God, the name is slipping me. I think it's Nightmare something.
Okay.
It's like it's an okay map, but what I really found cool about it was the atmosphere.
Okay.
Like there's this moment where I open up one of the doors and I walk out onto this catwalk. There's a lot of fog, and the catwalk is just dangling over nothing. However, as you walk through, slowly the fog dissipates, and you just see this giant head, like a head from a giant, and the lights are glowing, and it's kind of slowly dangling. It's dangling at and rotating at just the right speed to almost be eerie. And I just thought it was a really good atmosphere. Like here was somebody that took all of the assets and all the tools they have in Black Ops 3 to make a professional looking scene. It was really I was like,
yes,
oh
yeah.
When I walked out and I saw the head dangling there, and the eyes just peer through the fog. Really,
but you see those details? That doesn't happen when you have to push something out. Whether that gets back into our long discussion we've already had in this podcast and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. But doesn't that stick with you? Even if the map wasn't that good. Look at how that little attention to detail sticks with you and makes a map much better.
I should say the map was good.
Okay, great then. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. But that to me was what stood out. Not really the gameplay necessarily, just like the atmosphere they built. I thought really well done to the map maker. I wish I remembered the name.
Well, kudos to him. Hopefully he'll get to know the Nightmare map, and we give you a big old shout out for that.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I've just been thrilled with mods, to be honest with you. It's been such a pleasant experience, especially compared to the mods I've played in the past. It's just going to get better and better. Someday I will release those binder videos. I'm just crushed for time right now. I'm nearing the end of my semester, so hopefully I can really put a lot of nice time into making that a good video instead of me just talking at somebody for an hour and a half with all the binder video ideas.
Devil's Workshop, that's what it's called.
Oh, I've heard of that one. I think I have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, that's good. I have right now downloaded. I still need to play the Super Mario one.
Very good.
I also am excited to try Rust Zombies. I think I've seen Matt play that a lot.
Yep. I played it. It was very good.
Is it good? Yeah, I'm excited to try that one.
It's fun. You get bored eventually, but it's definitely a fun one.
Okay.
All right.
I think that runs through everything.
Yeah, that was a really good discussion. Nice lengthy one for everybody that's been dying for a longer show. It makes it a little easier on us when we're not streaming. We can really just have at it and go into these details.
We don't have to worry about any technical issues.
Oh my God, I can't believe the internet dropped on me last time. I didn't know what was going on. I think I actually solved it. One of my cables was actually broken, where it wasn't functioning right, where I was getting 12 down with one cable, and then I plugged in another cable, same machine and everything, and then I get 400 down, and I'd be like, oh, well, there's the issue. So hopefully that's been solved.
That doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, it's super strange. Posters, by the way, get shipped out next week, so all you people very excited for your perk posters that you put in all your pre-orders. Be on the lookout for those from October 31st, Halloween, all the way through the end of that week for the release November 4th, and I should be getting those out ASAP. I'll be picking up the posters this weekend and packaging them and sending them out. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. I hope you have absolutely wonderful days. I hope you get my posters if you ordered them. And John, do you have any lasting thoughts?
No, I hope everybody has a great day as well.
Fantastic. We will all see you guys in the next Zombroz episode. Bye.